Don't be afraid, brother. Just be brave, brother. Close your eyes and we will ride into the storm. Black dogs may bark, brother. Teeth razor sharp, brother. When your mind's a mountain, there's a rope that we can climb. I see my brother more as a best friend rather than an older brother. He's kind of been a role model to me almost. We used to move a lot with my dad's job, so whenever we moved into a new town, it would just be me and him against the local bullies. My brother always describes it as like a Huckleberry Finn existence. So if you've ever read the books, you just go out and play in the fields, make dens, and just run around until your mum calls you home for tea.
Me and Raich weren't like exactly latchkey kids, but we weren't far off of it in as much as we had pretty much total freedom to do anything and everything we wanted. We shared a room together, so we'd go to bed every night at the same time and we would talk. We've always talked, we've always reflected on the day. We always used to play music before we went to sleep, and I would say even through having sibling rivalry and all the rest of it, that he's always been my best friend.
As we grew up, we both had our own families, and your priorities change a little bit. You become a little bit more focused on what's immediately around you, and I guess I wouldn't say we drifted apart, but we kind of didn't see as much of each other. I guess looking back at it, you would say something had definitely changed in our relationship. Hi Raich, sorry to bother you, but please can you give me a call when you get a chance? Steve has been taken into hospital. He will be fine in a few days, don't worry. I just wanted to let you know. It was a bank holiday Monday, and I went off to visit my brother in hospital. Now, you need to understand that I had very little understanding of what psychosis is at that time. So I was really shocked when I got there. I went up to my brother, and he was just sitting there looking really sad for himself. All the sparkle from his eyes had gone. I thought I was just going to go in there with slap hands and I'd say to him, Steve, what's all this about, you idiot? Come on, pull yourself together, let's go home. And it's not like that. Psychosis really takes a grip of people. You lose what's real and what isn't real. It's just so confused. The people are so confused. All he kept saying to me is, Raich, I've really messed up, can you help me? And I didn't even know what I was helping him from, so it was really, really tough to first get my head around what I was doing there and how I was going to help him, because all I wanted to do was help him. The longer he stayed in there, the more rubbish he started to talk. He believed that he'd done something really wrong and he had to be punished for it, and the people that were there weren't nurses, they were police, and they were interrogating him, and he just couldn't trust anyone. And I guess I felt like the person that he could trust, and he felt that he could trust me, which is, the bond was still there from that point of view. But I just didn't know what to do, and when I left and come home, and I thought I'd failed. There's a bond between brothers, and it's almost like he's the other half of you. So I'm already crying. Let me heal the scars in the morning after. We can face your fears, someone holds the answer.
It's a funny thing coming out of hospital and looking at life and being asked questions. Always, firstly, you get counselling, and the people closest to you are trying to help you and trying to get you to be what you want to be, fundamentally get you back to being the person you were before you went through a massive life-changing situation. For me, answering questions like, what do you want to do? How do you want to go forwards? What went wrong? Why do you talk the way you do? Why aren't you looking forwards? It's like looking into a void and all you see is emptiness, and everyone's there trying to help you.
Brother, put your trust in me. There are no enemies. Listen to your heart and breathe, just like it's always been. We can heal the tide inside your head. I've always enjoyed writing, so when I came home, I sort of researched what had happened to my brother and what psychosis was, because I wanted to go in there the next day a bit better prepared. So I started reading and then just writing down how I felt and what had happened. I guess as well, I wanted to be able to show my brother when he came out how far he'd progressed from where he was, because I was determined that he was going to get better, which we didn't really know at that time.
Always wanted to do my art, and I always wanted to have an exhibition. Always thought my work wasn't anything that I guess you'd say that nobody else could do. I didn't feel like it would be an achievement. I felt like it would be something that I would just do and it would pass and there wouldn't be any interest in it, and I was full of negativity. In the hospital I'd painted and painted and painted and painted, almost like it became an obsession. And I found a venue in a gallery called the Towner in Eastbourne, and it's a proper art gallery. And I thought, what would stop me doing that? And everything that I wanted to go forwards for, there was always a barrier, and for some reason the barriers weren't coming at me like they normally would in life. I had no excuses, and before I knew where I was having an exhibition. It was opening night and the doors opened and people came and my art sold, and all of a sudden you're in a room with people who've all been affected by mental health issues. They were all there looking at my work, saying that they felt like that they'd had that experience, that they'd knew what I was talking about when they were looking at my paintings, and where I was then, and I look at my art then and what it's doing now and where I am with it now. I can see an evolution, but I have learned how to effectively transfer my emotions onto canvas or into a sculpture rather than living with them. It's almost like an exorcism. Whatever demons I've got within me, when I stand in front of a canvas, they come out. If I could put it into words, the best way and the simplest way is that I realise just how much I need you in my life. I got this off of, what's that film? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off! Boom! Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might just miss it. No, seriously, listen to people and enjoy the people around you. Then I jumped, lived for the moment, free from my thoughts, free from my fears, free from my ego, looked at the sea and smiled.